The Many Types of Godzilla. A Journey Through the Evolution of the King of Monsters. The video opens with a dramatic montage. Godzilla stomping through cities, battling other colossal creatures, and unleashing his iconic atomic breath. His thunderous roar echoes over sprawling cityscapes and rugged terrains. Hey everyone, ever sat down and thought about how a giant, city-smashing lizard became one of cinema's most enduring icons? Well, you're in for a treat. Today, we're taking a casual stroll through the evolution of the king of monsters himself, Godzilla. From his origins as a symbol of destruction to his modern-day monster mashups, we'll explore how this legendary kaiju has changed over the years. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive right in. The birth of a legend. Let's kick things off by traveling back to 1954. Post-World War II Japan was dealing with the aftermath of nuclear devastation. In the midst of this, Godzilla emerged, not just as a monster movie, but as a powerful allegory for the horrors of nuclear warfare. Imagine being in a theater back then, witnessing this massive creature, Godzilla, rising from the depths and wreaking havoc on Tokyo. The original suit might seem quaint now, but those special effects were groundbreaking. Godzilla wasn't just any monster, he was a walking, roaring embodiment of nuclear destruction. The impact was huge. The film resonated deeply with audiences, both in Japan and internationally. It wasn't just about the scares, it was about processing real fears and anxieties of the time. And just like that, a legend was born. The Showa era, 1954 to 1975. As we move into the Showa era, things start to get interesting. Godzilla underwent a serious character transformation, from a terrifying villain to an unlikely hero. In King Kong vs. Godzilla, 1962, we saw the first ever monster crossover event. Talk about epic, two giants duking it out, who wouldn't love that? Then came Mothra vs. Godzilla, 1964, expanding the universe with new monsters and more complex storylines. But here's the twist. As the series progressed, the tone shifted to be more kid-friendly. Godzilla started showing up with a bit of a playful side, even doing a victory dance now and then. The design softened, too, with more rounded features and expressive eyes to appeal to younger fans. Sure, it got campy at times, but that's part of the charm. These films hold a special place in many hearts, capturing the imagination with their quirky plots and creative monster designs. The Heisei era, 1984 to 1995. Buckle up, because the Heisei era brought Godzilla back to his roots. Starting with The Return of Godzilla, in 1984, the films took on a darker, more serious tone. Godzilla was once again a force of nature, not to be trifled with. He got some upgrades, too. New abilities like the nuclear pulse and a more powerful atomic breath made him even more formidable. In Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989, the series dove into genetic engineering, pitting Godzilla against a monster born from his own cells combined with a rose. Wild, right? Then, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991, introduced time travel and delved into Godzilla's origins. And we can't forget Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, 1995. This film featured the dramatic, burning Godzilla, a supercharged version overloaded with nuclear energy. It was an emotional rollercoaster that ended the era with a bang. The Millennium Era, 1999 to 2004, into the new millennium, Godzilla got a series of reboots with standalone stories. This era was all about reimagining and experimenting. Godzilla 2000. Millennium kicked things off with a fresh look, spikier dorsal fins and a meaner demeanor. It was a welcome return to form for many fans. One standout is Godzilla, Mothra and King Ghidorah. Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, 2001. In this film, Godzilla was portrayed as a malicious entity fueled by the restless souls of those who died in World War II, a pretty haunting concept. The filmmakers blended classic suit acting with CGI enhancements, giving Godzilla new life on screen. Each film explored different themes and introduced unique designs, keeping the franchise fresh and exciting. Hollywood's take on Godzilla. Now, let's chat about Hollywood's spin on our favorite kaiju. First up, the 1998 TriStar, Godzilla. This version took some creative liberties. Godzilla looked more like a giant iguana, slimmer, faster, but missing that classic Godzilla vibe. While it had its moments, the departure from the original lore left many fans scratching their heads. Then came Legendary's Monsterverse, starting in 2014. This was a game-changer. They brought back the massive, chunky Godzilla we all know and love, with some modern updates. Godzilla, 2014. Reintroduced him to a new generation, followed by Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019, which expanded the universe with other iconic kaiju like Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. And of course, Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, gave us the ultimate showdown. These films emphasized Godzilla's immense scale, raw power, and that awe-inspiring atomic breath. Fans around the world rejoiced to see the king back on the big screen in all his glory. Shin Godzilla, 2016, Shin Godzilla, deserves its own spotlight. Directed by Hideaki Anno, this film took a fresh and bold approach. Godzilla was reimagined as an ever-evolving creature, starting off as a weird, almost pathetic-looking thing crawling through the streets. But don't be fooled, he quickly transformed into a terrifying force. The movie was a sharp satire of government bureaucracy and disaster response, mirroring real-life events like the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. The way Godzilla evolved throughout the film was both fascinating and unsettling. His design was grotesque and nightmarish, with a jaw that split open and a tail that had a life of its own. The atomic breath scene? Absolutely chilling. Shin Godzilla reminded everyone that this franchise could still deliver serious, thought-provoking content. Animated Godzilla incarnations. Godzilla didn't just dominate the silver screen, he also made waves in animation. Remember, Godzilla, the series from 1998 to 2000? It was a follow-up to the Hollywood movie, but interestingly, it captured more of the classic Godzilla spirit. In this show, Godzilla was a protector, battling other monsters alongside a team of humans. Then there's the Netflix anime trilogy: Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, City on the Edge of Battle, and The Planet Eater, 2017-2018. Set in a dystopian future where Godzilla has taken over Earth, humans return after thousands of years to reclaim their home. This Godzilla, known as Godzilla Earth, is the largest incarnation ever, towering over everything. In 2021, Godzilla Singular Point hit the scene. This anime mixed complex scientific concepts with mythology, introducing a Godzilla that evolved through multiple forms. The unique design and storytelling brought a fresh angle to the legend. Variant Godzillas and form changes. Let's talk variants. Throughout the years, we've seen some wild and wonderful versions of Godzilla. Take Space Godzilla, for instance. Appearing in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, 1994, this extraterrestrial version was created from Godzilla's cells that drifted into space. How's that for sci-fi? Covered in crystals and wielding telekinetic powers, Space Godzilla was one tough adversary. Then there's Godzilla Earth from the anime trilogy, a colossal being that's become part of the planet's ecosystem. This version symbolizes nature's dominance over humanity's technological hubris. We also have Burning Godzilla, whose appearance signals an overload of nuclear energy, literally making him a ticking time bomb. And Godzilla Ultima, from Singular Point, showcased an evolution with a radical design, capturing fans' imaginations once again. These variants highlight the creativity behind the franchise, continually offering fresh takes while honoring the core essence of Godzilla. Godzilla in video games and media. Godzilla's reign isn't confined to movies and TV. He's also a video game star. From the early days of arcade and console gaming, Godzilla has been stomping pixels. Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters Melee, 2002, was a blast, letting players brawl it out as their favorite kaiju. Godzilla Unleashed, 2007, expanded the roster and brought the chaos to the next level. Whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore fan, smashing cities and battling monsters is always a good time. He's also made appearances in mobile games and even had crossovers with other franchises. In comics, Godzilla has fought the likes of the Avengers and even Charles Barkley. Yes, that happened. The Big G has left his footprint across all forms of media. Cultural impact and legacy. It's incredible how Godzilla has become more than just a movie monster. He's a cultural phenomenon. Over the decades, Godzilla has symbolized various themes: nuclear anxiety, environmental concerns, and even human resilience. His stories reflect societal issues, making him relevant across different eras. Directors and artists worldwide cite Godzilla as an inspiration. Films like Pacific Rim pay homage to the kaiju genre, while shows like Stranger Things embrace similar vibes. The fan community is thriving, too. From conventions to fan art, people connect over their love for Godzilla. He's been studied in academic circles for his impact on film and culture. Godzilla isn't just stomping through cities, he's made his mark on our collective consciousness. So there you have it, a casual journey through the many faces of Godzilla. From a terrifying symbol of nuclear devastation to a pop culture icon starring in epic blockbusters, Godzilla's evolution is nothing short of legendary. What's truly amazing is how he continues to adapt and remain relevant. Each new incarnation brings something fresh, yet the core essence of the King of Monsters stays the same. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the kaiju scene, there's a version of Godzilla for everyone to enjoy. And let's be honest, we're all a little excited to see where he goes next. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your favorite Godzilla era or version? Drop a comment below and let's chat. The closing scene features a final montage set to epic music, Godzilla roaring triumphantly, epic battles, and finally, a serene shot of him disappearing into the ocean as the sun sets. Massive thanks to all the filmmakers, actors, and creative minds who've brought Godzilla to life over the years. Shout out to Toho Studios and Legendary Pictures for keeping the legacy alive. And of course, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to hit that like button, share with your fellow monster enthusiasts, and subscribe for more awesome content. Stay tuned. There's plenty more kaiju adventures coming your way.